Welcome to my channel, guys. This is the progressive trading channel, and today I come back with more content. I haven't been releasing content in a while because I've been away for some time. I had to take a break, so I decided, today I'm coming back and I'll be analyzing USDT for you guys, and I'll be analyzing NASDAQ for you guys. So let's just start it on the daily time frame, because that's where it is all it. So with that being said, guys, we start by marking our lows. Right, these are our lows. We can either put it here or put it there, but let me just create a zone like this actually, because now this is the type of bottom in a way, because we have this first bottom, second bottom, and this is our third bottom. It might be coming back down again to test it for the last time, but we'll see. So we also have this high, which is our high, and we also have this double top high right here. These are the key areas, which this area and this area are the same areas basically, right? So scaling down to the 4-hour time frame, we have, I don't want to zoom in because is this still working? Yeah, so what we have now is something like this. Usually we have this form of a correction down here that has been formed, and we have this part of the correction also. We can take it from here and say this is it, right? Or we can also, but then yeah, actually that way, this is the right way to take it, right? But I was going to say you can also draw it from here, but then it wouldn't make sense drawing it like this, but drawing it like this is more sensible than drawing it the other way around. So that's what we have right there. First of all, we are at a key area right here. We hit a key area and we had a huge retracement to the upside. So which shows that this area is quite key, right? Now moving to the 1-hour time frame, what we have right here is something like, first of all, one thing that I would like to address is this candle right here. This is called an imbalance. There was an imbalance in the market. So the market is clearly coming back to these areas. Whether it's going to go up here and come back, but it's going to come back here to cover the imbalance in the market and move to the upside if it does do that. But then with that being said, for now, we still have something like this, which is an inverted hammer, not hammer, inverted head and shoulder in a way, as you can see. So if the market decides, you know what, I'm not coming down here as of now, I'm going to test the highs before, then the market is going to come here and break these low, because we'll be having what, the first touch. And also remember to fix your charts, guys, when analyzing. Remember to fix your charts. We're going to have our first touch, second touch, and this might be our third touch. And what happens with our third touch? We impulse, or the third touch has the most probability in the market. So with that being said, right now the market is in the middle of nowhere, and for me, if I was to trade the market, well, of course I would wait for this to confirm. Probably if it confirms this inverted head and shoulder, but no, and also it can also break out of this structure, guys. So what we can do is see that we have something like this structure right here. So if the market doesn't break this area, because it hasn't confirmed as of yet, this candle hasn't closed, but then if it does confirm and we are entering buys, we're going to enter buys from here to somewhere around here. These are short-term trades, but then now if it does break out of this area, now I know it's coming back to fill this imbalance in the market, right? So let me just fix this. So now I know the market is going to come back. So heading to the 15 minutes time frame, the market is going to come back to these areas. This is the area, right? So it might just hit these areas and move back up, or just touch again these areas and move back up. So that's what we should look out for. So long-term trade that you might want to enter, wait for the market to come down here, and from there you move with the market to the upside. Or if you don't want that, you can wait for buys. As you can see, the market is trying to break out of these areas. When it does break out, what do? You can scale down to the lower time frames, wait for the market to correct in this manner. You test this area in the lower time frames and join the market to the downside. And also, this movement that I'm seeing here might not happen today, it might happen tomorrow, but it's the waiting game. You need to wait and be patient in the market. So that's what I have for USDT right now. That's what I have for USDT. Let me just clean this up like this, because the market might just come back and So moving to NASDAQ. NASDAQ is also giving us the same or the similar movement. NASDAQ and USDT, they move in a similar manner. So also when you're analyzing NASDAQ, keep in mind that these two move similar, but they don't move the same. So don't expect the market to move in the same way, but then they are quite similar. So we have all these key areas marked, of course, and also when you want, you can draw trend lines and say, okay, this is what's going to happen here. We have this, right? We have these. We have this pattern that was broken out of, and this is the 90% rule of this pattern, right? So now I'm still expecting the market to push down to these areas for NASDAQ, right? So we don't know as of yet what's going to happen. So let's just scale down to the 4-hour time frame to see exactly what might happen in the market. So let me just clean up. Let me just clean this. Yes. And then we take that and say, okay, we have some pattern to the downside, right? I don't want to draw this pattern again because I've been drawing this pattern for the longest of time, and it is still respected, but I just think it's time for me to change. And we have also this pattern right here. Let me just make it clear and easy for you guys to see. And also, let me just delete that one. Let me just delete these ones. Let me just delete. These are not quite important like that. And as you can see, we have something like this, similar to USDT, something like this. As you can see, we have something like that, and also, but I'd feel more comfortable drawing it like this. And as you can see, it does respect this double top, and also have something like this. As you can see, it does respect what do you call this, square? My two support touches on the market. So with that being said, we can see that this market is either forming a double top before it impulses to the downside, and also with that being said, this is our first touch. This is our second touch, which was a double top, and we might be considering our third touch on the trend line. But then as I'm moving, I'm seeing this key area on the market. This area is quite striking to me, so I'm seeing this area and I feel like, okay, this is actually an interesting area for me. The market did 10, but some people might say it did touch because we also have some areas like this, but I like, drawing it like this. So that being said, we have something like this right here, as you guys can see. We haven't touched what did, but then we can say we did touch because see we have also this, right? We can scale it down like this, but I'll just put it right here and scale down to the 1 hour time frame. With me being in the 1 hour time frame, we have a similar situation with NASDAQ. We have this imbalance candle in the market, right? So what I'm waiting for is for the market to get to this area. The market is definitely getting to this area. But now what the market is going to do when it gets here is my question, or is my interest, because right now we have this touch. As you can see, we have these touches. The market hasn't touched this area or the trend line in a way that makes me comfortable, because as you can see, we have this double top that the market did respect. So what's going to happen here? We might be having a similar move like this right here, something like this move right here, We might be having a move like this right here that might do something like this. But as for now, I am considering selling opportunities, but still I'm not comfortable with trading these sells, because I haven't actually received a perfect confirmation that says, yo man, you need to sell because this is what's happening in the market, And also with the market, what we might see is, let me just clean this one out. We might see something like this, the market coming back to these areas, and after it does that, during the London session, it might impulse to the upside to give us this significant dead touch, and we sell to the downside. So with that being said, we also have something like this, patterns inside of a pattern, So with that light, in that light, we see, okay, this is our first touch, second touch. The market might sell to come back to these touches. Because yesterday I saw the market around these areas. I didn't trade. I didn't know why. I don't know why I didn't trade, but I didn't trade, right? So I was like, okay, this market is giving us a down bottom around these areas, but then now it might come back and give us the trend line double bottom, which is, it touches and then it booms to the upside. But then when I woke up this morning, I saw that it boomed without giving us the trend line double bottom. Or one might say it did give us that, because you can put your trend lines like this, and say this was a false breakout, right? As much as you can put your trend line in another different way here and say, okay, this was a false breakout, so, but I put it there, and also I can put that there like that to show that it gave us a real thing. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on this trend line, and with this one, we are not sure as of yet what's happening. The market might come back and give us a dead touch and sell to the downside, and also giving us the dead touch, it might just, like I've said, impulse to these areas and, come back inside the trend line. So for me, my setups, or my long-term setups, or the setup that I'm going to be comfortable trading is this one, whereby the market comes back to touch this resistance area, and I can see I'll take my profits around these areas. This is one move that I'll be comfortable trading. If the market doesn't touch these areas and comes down here, then I'll be fine with that, And the market can obviously come to these areas, which is our 90% rule that I've been singing about all along. So yeah, this is my analysis for NASDAQ, and that's all I can say. That's all I can say. And with this, as you can see, we have this doji candle clearly stating that, this market, we can even go to the daily to throw us. But then, as you can see, the daily isn't giving us something, or isn't giving us enough information. But then with the stick right here, it's telling us that no, man, and also this stick right here to yesterday's candle is telling us we have a down bottom right there. Right, as you can see, we are traced to here, and this is a down bottom formation. So today, I'm telling you, you might be buying and going up these. So let me just show you what my buy setup might be if I was to buy. Since we have this setup, we have this candle right here. When the market comes back down here to cover the imbalance, that's when I'll set my buy trades. With that being said, I'm done with NASDAQ and USDT, and I'm about to analyze currency pairs, and I hope you guys have learned something from this. And if you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm about to improve my YouTube channel. I'm working on a logo. It's going to be a formal trading channel that really helps people for a living. This is going to be a place where you improve your trading skills daily. With that being said, thank you.